first of all, for the game?
Sorry? Team news?
Yeah, any injury?
From the last game, no injuries from the game. Yesterday in training, Dombele injured. I don't think he will be selected, but we have another training session. Dele Alli maybe training with us in the afternoon, but I also don't believe that he can be. So Serge Aurier, of course, a big question mark in this moment. A part of that, not any news.
You mentioned Serge Aurier there, tragic thing that had happened. Have you spoken to him and do you feel he might be in the right frame of mind to play? Or too early to say just now?
You know, in this moment, what myself and other people in the club spoke with him is just about supporting a person that, of course, has a family tragic moment. A part of that is just him, his feelings, his way of reacting. Every person is a different person, and sometimes with similar feelings, people react in a different way. So we are going to respect 100% Serge decisions, and no pressure from us. And this afternoon, before training, after training, we will have a better idea of what he wants to do.
How is he, Jose?
Sorry?
How is he?
How is he? As I was saying, everybody reacts in a different way. Similar feelings, similar pain, but people can react in many different ways. So let's see.
Jose, can you give us an idea of what the win over Arsenal did for you and the players? And is it one of those big wins that you might look back on and say, you know what, that could be a turning point for us?
You know, normally I think that what, for example, I think was Sky that did it, a couple of minutes of some footage of our dressing room after the game. When I watched it, I felt that was really nice, because was happiness, but was controlled. Was just a derby, just 3 important points, but no reason to be celebrating in a crazy way, which we didn't. And in this moment, I know it's a London derby, it's a North London derby, it's Arsenal. I know all that, and we showed that during the game. But now, doesn't mean much. If we go to Newcastle and we lose there, doesn't mean much. So we are okay. We are okay. Of course, it's a good feeling. I always feel that you recover better from fatigue after a good result than after a bad result. Once more, we are going to have that disadvantage of our opponent played before us, but let's go.
You mentioned after the game about potentially qualifying for the Europa League, and you're still in that race. That might have just become a little bit harder because of the decision regarding Manchester City and them being allowed to play in the Champions League next season. What did you make of that decision? Have you got an opinion on that?
In relation to the table positions and to the Champions League and to the Europa League positions, I don't have a vision, because, you know, if you finish 5th, normally you don't qualify for Champions League. So You cannot finish fifth and be waiting for something to happen to go to Champions League. I don't think Chelsea and United and Wolves, the teams that are there, Leicester, I don't think they were just thinking about fifth. The same way the teams that are fighting for Europa League are waiting for 6, 7, or 8. Will be the 7th, will be the 8th. I don't think at that level is nothing to comment. It's just the table and no problem. In relation to the decision, I think in any case is a disgraceful decision. Because if Man City is not guilty of it, I think to be punished with some million is a disgrace as a decision. If you are not guilty, you are not punished. By the other way, if they are guilty, you should be banned. So it's also a disgraceful decision. So in any case, the decision is a disaster.
Can you elaborate on that? That's quite a strong comment you've given there, saying it's a disgraceful decision. Why do you think it's happened?
Because if you are not guilty, you don't pay. I'm not saying Man City is guilty. I'm saying if you are not guilty, you don't pay. You are not punished, even with a pound. I know that money for them is quite easy, but it's just a principle. Why you pay 8 or 9 million or whatever if you are not guilty? So if they are not guilty, the decision is a disgrace. If they are guilty, the decision is also a disgrace. Because if you are guilty, you should be banned from the competition. So my critique is not to Manchester City at all. I am nobody to criticize. I am nobody to know if they are guilty or if they are not guilty. My critique, of course, is for the decision power.
You think they've got lucky in that case?
No, maybe they are unlucky because maybe they don't deserve to be punished in one single pound and they were punished in 8 or 9 million. So maybe they were unlucky.
Just last couple from me, Jose. You talked about Ndombele perhaps not being fit for this game. He hasn't really featured for you since the restart. What do you think he needs to do? And can you reassure him and the fans that he is indeed part of your plans in the future?
Every player is part of my plans. Everyone. I don't give up on players. No player has a privilege. Every player is for me the same, and no problem at all. Every player is part of my plans.